All right, so someone asked me, why do I move around jobs so much? So, for a little context, I started flying in the 90s and I did my commercial license in 2001. I had it signed off on September 10th of 2001. I was lucky to get a job. It wasn't the best job, good enough. It got my hours, no complaints. The people there were amazing and I had a lot of fun. But in order to make more money, I had to move to another job. There wasn't a lot of movement for several years. There were people with 3, 4, 5,000 hours sitting in the right seat of a Navajo, if you can imagine that. Right now, in my ground school class, there were 4 of us. I'm the only captain. There were 3 first officers, and they all have 260 hours. When I had 260 hours, a Dash 8 wasn't an option. So for me, I had to go from job to job to job until I found something that was going to pay my bills. And once I was at that job, I stayed there for 11 years. I left, I tried some airline flying. It was fine, didn't really love it. And then I went and did some medevac flying. Money was great. And then it was time for a change again. So now I am back to doing what I love and in an airplane that I love. A secondary question was about the money, and I'll just answer that here. Depending on your union, if you leave a company, you may be able to go back and retain some of the money, salary-wise in terms of years of working. So if you worked for 5 years, you might be able to go back at year 5 pay. This is not universal. Some airlines will tell you to go pound sand, to go at the very bottom for your pay and your seniority as well. In my situation, I go to the very bottom of seniority, but I do retain credit for some of the years that I worked already, so it's actually a pretty good situation for me. I'm really glad that people don't have to wait for thousands and thousands and thousands of hours to fly for an airline or even a regional airline. There's a major pilot shortage right now due to a number of factors. So I'm very happy for folks that are at 250, 260 hours and their first airplane is something like a Dash 8. That's really exciting. Anyway, I'm getting old. I really don't want to jump around jobs too much more. I have considered flying something larger. That was a contender before I took this job, but I still love the north and I still love the northern bush flying, so I'm happy for now. So we'll see what the next few years brings, but for now I am content to stick around and enjoy the journey of the second stage at the company I used to work for.